Hello. Educare is an enterprise resource planning solution for schools. What that means is it handles everything about running your school from the academic to the administrative. In Educare, we have four major users, which are the admin, the parent, the students, and the teachers. What you're currently seeing is an admin view, and in the admin view, on the dashboard, you can at a glance see the total number of students you have, the number of students in each of the classes, and you can also see the section distribution to know how your school has been growing in student population over the session. So I'm going to jump into the reporting in Educare. So when it comes to Educare reporting, we come to your school and we get your report template. We program your report template into our system exactly the way it looks and also the calculations that happen behind the scenes. So teachers entering reports is quite straightforward. All they need to do is enter the different assessment score, and in real time the broadsheet is being created, and aside that the actual report itself is being created. So as the teachers are entering their reports, this broadsheet is being entered, is being created automatically, and also the actual report view. So this is a report being created also. So depending on your own template, that is what you're going to see here. And of course, we also have your transcripts and the awards, whatever you want can be captured on the report. So once report is done, automatically the system sends the report out to your parents. When the admin publishes the report, the PDF copy of the report is sent to your parents and they can see it, or either they can log into the system and check the report for their kids, or if you use our mobile app you can also check the reports. We also have analysis into the reports. So we have the basic analysis, which are the gender performance charts, to know what gender performed better than the other gender in the selected class. You also have the subject performance charts to know what subjects students did very well in and the subjects they are struggling with. Then you also have class performance charts. So if you have two AMs, you can compare both AMs and see the AM doing better than the other. So these are just basic analysis. If you need more analysis, we have more analysis like academic alerts. Academic alert lets you know for the selected class the subjects that students fall below a certain average. The system automatically brings them out so that at a glance the school can see those students that fall below a certain average set by the school. Then you also have the order of merit. The order of merit creates the ranking. So for each subject, you can see the students leading. It ranks the student from the first to the last. So it shows you the ranking for each subject. So you can use this to give your awards and all of that. So these are different subjects. It shows you the ranking for the selected class. That's for the subject order of merit. Then you also have the overall order of merit. So it shows you like the first overall in the class, just the ranking, just like that. So that's what the order of merit does. Then also we have the subject grade summary sheet. What the subject grade summary sheet does is it uses your key to grade. That's the grading system you provide for us, and you can see it listed here. So this is showing me you use this to assess the teachers. So for agricultural science, it's showing me that one student had A1, nine had A2. So just like that, one student had F9. So I can see the total credit is 27, total fail is 1. You can see the percentage pass and percentage fail and the teachers that take the subject. So this can be used to assess the teachers that take various subjects in the selected class. Also, you have the subject averages. So this is just so you see the number of students and the average they had in the subject, in each subject listed up here. So you also have the subject performance analysis. The subject performance analysis is for individual subjects, so you can tell how students perform individually in each subject, which the subject grade analysis sheet combined for all subjects. So you can come here to isolate individual subjects to see the analysis and how they performed. You also can compare subject averages across terms for individual students to know how they are performing. So for the selected class, you see the list of each student in that class, and I can tell how they performed with across different terms. So I can see for this selected student in term 1 for agric, she had 74. In term 2, she had 79. And in term 3, she had 80. So I can see there's been an exponential growth for this selected student. And you can see the comparison on the table below if you don't want to use the graph. If you want to compare between just two terms, I can turn off term 1 and compare just between term 2 and term 3 basically. We also have the subject averages across sessions. So you can use this to compare. This is also being used to assess the teachers. So you can use this to compare how they performed in the previous session and the current session, basically across all sessions. The subject averages across sessions can be used to assess how students has performed in a subject across different sessions. So looking at this, I can tell for agricultural science 2018-2019, the average score was 73. The next session was 74 and it dropped drastically to 64 in 2020-2021 and it improved also to the highest in 2021-2022 session. So you can use this to compare the averages across different academic year, assessing the teachers how they've performed in impacting the knowledge of the subject to the students. So you can compare different sessions. I can turn off some sessions if I wish to and just compare the ones I need to compare. And of course, the table below helps you do the comparison. So basically, this is the report analysis. Creating transcript on Educare is quite straightforward. So just as the report templating, we get your transcript template and we program the design exactly how you want it into the system. And for you to generate transcript is as easy as coming to the transcript manager, search for the name of the student you want to generate transcript for and click on generate. So all you need to do is click on the print and it opens up the transcript based on the template you've provided to us for your transcript. So it's quite straightforward and easy to do once we have your transcript template. Sending mails on Educare is quite easy and straightforward. All you need to do is come to the mailbox module, click on compose mail, and you select, say for instance, you want to send an email to all your parents in the high school. I'm going to select the high school. Who am I sending it to? I'm going to select the parent row. And parent of what class? I don't want to select a particular class. I want to send to all. So once I click on add all emails, it fetches the email from their profile and populates it here. So all you need to do is enter the subject of the mail, the body of the mail, and the attachment, and you can send your mail. So the good thing about sending out your mail using the platform is, aside from being easy to just fetch the parent mail, you can track all the mails that you've sent out using the platform. To do that, you come to the delivery reports right here. This opens up the delivery reports. Here you can see for mails that has gone, you'll see the delivery status shows delivered. So once the delivery status shows delivered, it means that mail has hit the inbox of the recipient. Once the read status shows open, it means the person has opened the mail. So you can track all the mails you send out from the system and know when it's been received and when it's been opened. The same thing also applies to the bulk SMS. The same way the mail is, you can come to your compose SMS and fetch the phone numbers of your parents, put the SMS messages and send. The only difference between the SMS and the email is for the SMS, you need to buy credit units to be able to send your bulk SMS, and the different prices are here for the different networks. So that is the major difference between the SMS and the mailbox. Medical. So the medical part of the system would be assigned to the school nurse by the admin. So each time a student or a staff visits the sick bay, it's meant to be recorded. So recording each medical cases is as easy as clicking on Create Medical. So the affected student name can be typed and is going to be fetched. And you put in the incident title, that's the complaints from the student, the date of the incident. If it's today, you can just enter that. Then the diagnosis that has been created for by the school nurse. Of course, this diagnosis helps later on to give analysis into different complaints students come to the sick bay for. I'm going to show you that later on. Then you can put the incident level and the action taken by the medical staff, and this is saved. And of course, you can see all the cases here. So for the medical analysis lets you know the different complaints that has made students visit the sick bay at different instances. So for today, for this selected date, you can see cases involving chest pain. Just one female student has visited between this age range. Allergic reaction, two male students has visited. So you can export the student list that has visited. You can also export the record that shows you the complaints, action taken, and everything that was done about those cases. So these medical cases are also available to the parents of the students that visited the sick bay. So it's a transparent system between the school and the parents of each child. So you always see your child's medical record anytime it's entered or anytime they visit the sick bay. It's always available to the school and also the parent of that child. That is how the medical works in Educare. Educare also helps manage your school's library, both your physical books and your soft copy books. So in Educare, students can come to the library, borrow books, and Educare helps the librarian track those books and also know for them to know when the books are due to be returned and also inform the students when the books are due to be returned. Students can also read books online and teachers can track the pages of the books students are currently reading, the book and the page number they're currently on. So Educare helps your librarian track and manage books, everything about running your library effectively. Educare can help with that. Educare pastoral model is used to handle everything when it comes to running the pastoral in your school, from the student discipline to hostel exits to hostel reports given out at the end of the term, to even the daily reports provided to the head of pastoral by the house parents. Also, your merit and demerit point system to your mentors report. So, depending on the pastoral processes you run in your school, it is actually customized to suit the way you run your pastoral. In case of student discipline, you can see samples of students that has been reported by different staff members. I can come to the details. I can see the student reported, the dates, the reports given, and also the merit points taken from the students, the staff that reported the students. This action is pending. This report is pending action to be taken by the disciplinary committee. So Educare actually handles everything about discipline, even your exit request. So parents requesting to pick up students at hours during school hours, they are expected to request for exit, or it can be done by the house parents or whoever the pastoral, but it has to follow the due process and it has to be approved or rejected by the pastoral. so including your point analysis system, mentors reports, different rules. So Educare basically covers everything when it comes to running your school's pastoral. When a teacher logs in Educare, this is their dashboard. This is what they see. At a glance, I can tell this is a class teacher because I can see the take class attendance pulsating up here. So class teachers can quickly take their class attendance, and if your school have different periods of attendance, both morning and afternoon, that is also covered here. You can mark attendance in the morning, then in the afternoon you switch to the afternoon session and also um, mark the attendance for the afternoon session. So when marking attendance, you can set if the student is absent, present. You can give reason for the student being absent, and once attendance is submitted, it's automatically sent a mail to all the parents informing them your child is in school or your child is not in school. So that is done automatically. And of course, when attendance has been marked, the admin on the other hand can come to the admin end, or whoever is meant to be able to see the holistic view to know students in school and not in school. You can see the different classes and you can see the attendance percentage. So for this class, I can click on this and see the students in that class that are present and those that are absent. So at a glance, I can see all the attendance that has been marked by the teachers from the admin end. And of course, this attendance can easily be captured on your reports if it's part of the um, input in your report. It can simply be captured number of days absent, number of days present. All of those are done automatically as long as the attendance has been marked on the system. Even if the teachers are not consistent in marking the attendance, there's a place where they can just input just the number of days a student was absent, and the system would automatically generate the other absent and number of school days. Teachers have access to the CBT. So the CBT covers both objective theory and comprehension questions. So we have different kinds of questions you can create using our CBT. So I'm just going to show sample questions that has been created. So this is a sample question that has been created here. I can preview the questions the teacher has created, and this is basically how students sees this to take. So at a glance, the reason I'm seeing the correct answers highlighted is I am a teacher previewing this question, but the students won't see this. So the student would have to select which is the correct answer, move to the next question, and just like that. This is how the student sees the question to answer. So, of course, for theory questions, the student would have to type in which is the correct answer and move on. So, if I want to review all that I have answered, I can click on review answers and I would see all the questions on a single page as a student. And if there's anyone I wish to answer, I can simply just go to that question and answer them. Once the students are done, they can just click on submit final and that is it. So I'm just going to show you quickly where the teacher goes to see what the students have done. The teacher has to come to the result manager and select the filter. So if I select the subject, class, and everything, I can see all the examination or the assessment that has been given. So the one I want to view the detail, I can simply click on test detail for that. And this gives me analysis into the assessment that I created. I can see the date and time the assessment was given, the score for each of the students, the time it took each of them to finish. This assessment was a 90 minutes duration, and I can see the time it took each of the students to finish. I can also export the script for each student, or I can view the results detail for each of the students. For this selected student, these students answered 26 questions correct and 15 incorrect. Going down, the system goes further to let me know the time the student spent answering each of the question. Question 1 took the student 39 seconds, question 2 26 seconds. So this just lets you know how long it took the student answering each of the questions. Then the question topic chart is meant to let you know the how the student is performing in different topics in that assessment. So this tutor assign all the question into one topic, but how it's meant to be is when creating your questions, you assign them to different topic. So at a glance, you can see how the topic the child is doing very well in and the topics the child is not doing very well in, so you can assess the child. Going further down is more like the question, the marked script. So this was question one. The student answered this, and the correct answer is the same. So the system marked it correctly. So this is basically the system marking the script. This question was not answered at all. This question was failed. So this is basically the system marking the script. And that is how the computer-based test works. Although you can use Educare CBT to give out your assignments, do your test and everything online, we also have our assignment module which teachers also use to give out assignments. So if I check for geography, I can see this teacher gave an assignment and this was the document attached as the assignment for the students to take. And going back, I can see that 5 students have downloaded the assignment. You can see the date and time each of them downloaded it, and I can see 3 has submitted, and these are the 3 that submitted. I can view what was submitted by each of them. Coming here, this was what was submitted by the first person, and I can check for the second person. This person submitted his in a Word document, and also the third person. So you can view everything that has been done and submitted by students on the system. Educare has made it easy for teachers to upload their lesson plan onto the system. There are 2 ways teachers can do this. It's either it's done manually by they coming to the subject and uploading just what they've prepared, either Word or PDF documents, into the system, or it can be automated if they make the lesson plan directly on the system by coming to the lesson plan and create the lesson plan. And of course, creating the lesson plan will be based on the school's templates. So based on the different fields you need your teachers to fill in, is going to be programmed into the system. And when the teachers fill in their lesson plan templates, it can be assessed by the admin. So these are lesson plan that has been sent by teachers for approval. Once it is approved, the teachers are also informed. If it's rejected, they are also informed. So let me view a lesson plan. For instance, I'm going to view this that is pending approval. So this is a lesson plan for this date, October 3rd, and this is the teaching period. This is the different contents required to be filled by the school. So including the lesson note itself. So all of this has been prepared by the teacher. So it's up for the supervisor to approve this lesson plan or reject it with a rejection comment for the teachers to review. So this is how lesson plan works on Educare. When a parent logs onto the system, this is their view. This is the first thing they see. They see their dashboard, and at a glance they can see their kids. They can see if they're owing any fee. They can see the money in their wallets if they have any. They can see the news feed. The news feed has content that has been posted by the school, both by teachers and admin. They can also see the school calendar, which they can use to plan ahead, and the upcoming event is picked up from the calendar above. So the parents can actually pay for student school fees directly from the platform. So these are fees all the parent has paid so far. Parent also have access to the school store to buy uniforms and items for the child from the school store. The parent can also access any of her child's records. So if I want to view every information about any of my kids, I can select either one of them and see the attendance record so far. I can also see their results. So if I select a session, I can see all the result that has been given for that selected session. I can download the PDF. I can view the results directly on the platform if I wish to. Then parents also have access to the timetable, have access to the subjects the student takes, have access to the assignments that has been given to the students, of course the medical, the result analysis, lesson planner if the school enables it to be available for the parent. Parents also have access to the communication book, which is used majorly for your early years and the junior school students. Then documents, if school have provided different types of document they require for the child by that parents also have access to all of this. So these are basically the things parents sees when they log into the system.